What's up, everybody? Welcome back to LettermenRow.com. I am Jeremy Birmingham. As per usual, this is Birminology. We are talking to people around the world of Ohio State football, recruiting Ohio State football, etc. Today, we're going to go a little bit back in time and talk to a former Ohio State quarterback and current NCAA transfer portal, resident, Tate Martell, and try to catch up with Tate on what's been going on with him and what's next. So Tate, man, it is good to see you. You look super tan. How's life?
It's been good. I left Miami in November during my opt-out, came back home, tried to start setting things up for me to start training out here, and pretty much been out here just grinding all day, every day since I've been back.
No, I guess, Tate, we'll talk about the Miami experience. So you were there for a year. Obviously, you went in there. It seemed like the opportunity to play at quarterback was there. Then D'Eriq King comes in, kind of blows up a lot of the stuff that maybe you thought was the plan there. How difficult has this year been for you? I mean, to have to keep going through all this, and how have you handled it? I mean, from just a personal mental health standpoint, I guess. I don't want to deep dive down the mental health well, but
Yes.
how hard has this been?
I mean, it's been a long ride. It's been rough, but like I've been saying, like I had to hit like my rock bottom, like because I was at a point like where I was really gonna quit. Like in October, I was done. I was like, yeah, I'm done with football. Like I'm done giving this thing a chance. And I was just like, because it's just a lot. It was after 4 years. It's a lot of, like going through it. Like it is. And but I got back into Vegas, and I was like, all right. I came back to Vegas because I was like, all right, I want to get out of there. I want to give this thing one more chance. And so that's what I did. I came home and I wanted to set up like a schedule that is pretty much kind of like combine training, which is what I've been doing. I mean, I wake up, I go do recovery, Pilates, training, recovery all day, and then I'm throwing almost, if not every day, it's like every other day. I take some time off, but I've been working every day on the field, and then also lifting at my house a lot in my garage. So it's like a constant grind for me right now.
You said this has been going on for 4 years, but if we think back, I mean, this has been going on for you for 6, 7 years now. It's been a pretty constant cycle of just ups and downs. And what is it that made you decide you were going to give it another shot? And now that you're back in Vegas, how are you handling staying on top of schoolwork? I mean, what have you been doing to make sure that you're good to go at the next stop, wherever it is?
I mean, for me, it was like like I said, it was like I had to hit rock bottom and think about like, do I miss football? Do I miss like kind of like everything like that comes with football? And am I able to go give this thing another chance? And like after what I've been through, and for me, I just had to kind of reset like my brain, like after like 4 years of going through it, and realize, all right, let's just give this thing one more chance. I did. I missed like watching football. I was like that feeling of it, like it was still there for me. So I was like, I want to go out there. I want to give this thing everything I have. And that's exactly what I've been doing. I mean, for the past month and a half, 2 months, I've been in my like same routine of wake up, Pilates, wake up, do like different things, and then go to training, recovery. Like I'm recovering 2-3 times a day, and pretty much on a combine training thing, like as in building my body right now. And then I'm throwing all the time with whoever, honestly. Like it doesn't matter if it's high school kids, college kids, NFL. I mean, I'm throwing with anybody that'll go out on the field with me. And that's where I've seen a huge difference in myself. That's been my confidence, is like I've put so much time in and like effort that I've already seen like results of how I'm throwing the ball different, how my body's changing, everything. Like I'm treating everything like this is my last chance. Like every throw that I throw on the field, it's my last throw. I'm perfecting every little thing, like shortening my release. Like anything I can do to improve myself right now, I'm taking advantage of it and I'm doing it.
What was the single biggest thing that you had to reset? Is it your own expectations? Is it the weight of other people's expectations? And because, as we've talked about it, and as you and I have talked over the years, there's always been this need of, it seemed like, for people to get more out of you, or to push, to put weight on you that maybe you didn't need, because it didn't seem like it was beneficial for you. I mean, has there been an opportunity for you to sort of shed some of that just in this last year, as far as how humbling it's all been?
Yeah, I mean, the whole experience. I mean, like I said, and like I tell everybody, I had to go through everything that I've been through to get to this point where, like, of me being locked in. Like, I had to go through this and like hit my like rock bottom to feel like I gotta treat like every little aspect of my life like a pro, like, like, and that's exactly how I'm living. I mean, all I do is like I'm telling you, it's a boring life for me. Like, it's a boring lifestyle and it's a boring process, but it's a fun process for me because this is what I want to do. Like, people would say it's a boring process. Oh, that's what you do every single day. Yeah, it's six days out of the week. I mean, it's wake up, Pilates, recover, workout, recover, throw, recover, lift at home. Like, that's what I do. I mean, that's all I do. I mean, I have my school classes obviously in between all that, but that's how I work around my schedule. Is like anything in my free time is normally school until about 10 o'clock, and I'm
Yeah.
waking up between 7 8 o'clock in the morning, sometimes a little bit earlier, depending on what I have.
I mean, that's a change, right? I mean, from what it was, the life of Tate Martell was sort of, more seemed to be pretty successful, the life of Tate Martell, and now it's obviously a little bit more dialed in and regimented. Was that something that took a minute for you to adjust to, or was it a light switch? I mean, how do you make that sort of transition? Because you were in South Beach, you're from Vegas, you live in South Beach, you were at Ohio State. I mean, these are places where a lot of the social life can take over what, the football life. And how difficult was that switch?
It wasn't a difficult switch. It was just having to say, all right, if you're going to give this one more chance, it literally is like, let's go give this everything you have. And the biggest thing that I've realized is I've never I've never been able to put work in like this, no matter where I've been. You don't have a schedule like this. That's why guys do so well at the combine. They have and like are ready to go to the NFL because they have this time to go improve themselves in a huge way. And I mean, that's exactly what's going on for me. I mean, it's more than just like what I'd be getting at a college right now. I'd be going in for a couple hours and I'm exhausted because they drove me to the ground and you're kind of like, okay, now I'm not feeling so good. Now can I get the most out of it? Where right now I go hard three to four times a day, and I'm recovering and I'm able to do all that stuff that I need to do. And now I'm seeing like huge improvements so fast in every aspect of my life, and um, it's been. I mean, I've been so blessed to be back home and honestly get back here and just get back to my roots, I guess, and um, just lock in. And that's kind of been what it's been so far.
So you're in the portal now officially. You
Yeah.
have probably until what, May or so, to make a decision.
Yep.
What are what type of place are you looking for? I know that, we can't predict the future, but I mean, what do you need at your next stop to make sure that it's a success, that all this work you put in the last 6 months, last 3 months, I guess, since November, but 6 months until May, what do you need in that school to make sure that it's going to be a place that keeps this part of your life going instead of letting it get, sidetracked?
I mean, for me, going to the next school, I mean, this is like, for me, this is what I'm doing right now. This is who I'm becoming. I mean, I just turned 23 today. I mean, but yeah, now I'm 23 now, and I mean, I needed to go through, like I was saying, I had to go through this to like realize what's important and what I need to do. And the thing is, for a while I thought that I did. Like, I was like, dang, I'm like, am I just not good? Like, what's going on? And then I sit there and it's like, I just was like, all right, that's not the case. That's not like, and started training, started doing everything I had to, and now like I was saying, I've seen huge improvements in my game, my body, everything. I mean, I'm putting everything I can into this, and not just because like it's going into my next school, but because this is who I am. Like I'm changing who I am because of what I've been through. And I know that like I said, honestly, I wouldn't change anything because of who I'm becoming. And I can see it myself. I'm becoming a good person, like in every aspect of my life, like whether it's taking care of my schoolwork, whether it's taking care of just everything in my life, like just living healthy and it's been huge for me. And I'm really excited to see what has to come, in the future.
Well, everybody grows up different and grows up on a different timeline, and is forced to sort of deal with outside things that either slows you down or accelerates you. And I think that sometimes it gets forgotten in the world that we live in, where it's recruiting, and your face is on TV when you're 16 years old, and um, is there a moment or two in the last couple of years that if you could go back, where you'd be like, okay, that's one thing I would probably do different? Like, is there a moment? And I don't like to use the word regret, because I think you learn from mistakes, but is there one or two things that you would change in these last couple of years?
Everybody knows. I've always been a kind of a loudmouth on social media. I guess until I haven't really been on it as much, other than like posting like whatever I'm doing right now on my grind
Yeah.
and everything. But um, and even before that, I kind of was just like not really on it so much. Uh, but yeah, I guess I was. Those were some of the things, like being on social media. I guess I don't know. It's just things like that. I don't know. It's hard to say like what I actually like would say I want to do over, because like I said, I appreciate the things that I've went through to like right now, because it's every day it's my motivation. Like I can sit there, and if I get tired, I can sit there and think of like the things I've been through, what people have said, um, people just kind of like overlooking me and different things like that, and I take it as motivation, and it makes it where it's all driven in a positive direction for me.
Let's say it's May and you're ready to make a decision, and you have a school you want to go to, and they say, Tate, we think that we want you to play wide receiver. What do you do? Obviously you went to Miami, you took some reps there, you played some snaps there. Is there a part of you that says, hey, whatever it takes to get on the field at this point, I'm going to do? Or is it, I want one last shot to be a quarterback?
No, I'm going somewhere playing. I'm going to go play quarterback somewhere. And the way that I'm putting work in, I know I'm going to be successful. Where with the school that I choose, because it's going to be a good decision. I'm going to have time. I'm not going to be rushed. Which was my decision to Miami was a little rushed, because I was getting right out of Ohio State and went to West Virginia one day, and then drove back that same day, got on a plane to Miami, came back, and school was about to be starting, so I had to make a decision. I didn't get to go see around and different things like that, which uh, ultimately led to me making a fast decision. But that's not going to be the case this time. I'm going to wait it out. I'm going to have all the time that I need, keep developing myself and bettering myself until I choose that school, until I get to that school in the summertime.
If you could, and we'll wrap this on this, because I know that I could talk about this stuff for a long time, but if you could go back and give one piece of advice to 16-year-old Tate Martell, what would it be?
There's a lot. Talk to 16-year-old Tate, say, if I couldn't change the future then, I'd say it's going to be a bumpy ride for the next 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, whatever you want to call it. But I don't know. I would just try to make it where I'd probably talk to myself saying, like, just kind of be ready for adversity. And I think that's where at times that I let it get the best of me. At times, like I didn't, I guess, push through and just go for it at times. And
But I don't think you're alone in that, Tate. I don't think you're alone in that, to be honest. If you look back and it's a common thing that happens with super successful young athletes. If you've never really been challenged, if every you went 45-0 in high school at the biggest high school in America and won 3 national championships and Gatorade Player of the Year, and you never had anyone who was able to challenge you. So this isn't turning into a therapy session, of course, but for
Yeah.
young guys out there, like that moment is going to come, right? I mean, so it's really about
Yeah.
how you handle it as opposed to what the weight of the problem is, but it's about who you are in response, right?
Yeah, and no doubt. I mean, it almost got the best of me, like where I was done, like going through what I went through, and everybody goes through it. Whether it's been Trevor Lawrence who's had a great career and had to deal with the coronavirus stuff that cost him one game in the middle of the year. Like, I mean, everybody has to deal with something in college. It's going to come at some point. It's just how much and how can you deal with it and how are you going to handle it. And there's times where I can say I handled things bad. I know that. I've grown up. I'm 23 years old. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not a kid. Like, I'm getting to the age where I'm getting up there. So, I mean, all the experience and everything with that. I mean, I've been able to look back and realize, you know what, put all that in the past and go give this thing one more chance. And I've been so happy. I mean, I can't even describe how good this has been for me. And going through what I went through and being able to turn things around for myself.
Well, you know that I've been rooting for you since you were, a junior in high school. I look forward to seeing what comes next for you. And, the path is never easy, but at the end of the day, like you said, as long as you're going out and doing your absolute best and not just, what you think is best in that moment, then hopefully the rewards come. And either way, at least you know that you gave it one final real swing. So appreciate you taking time, man, and good luck. And if there's anything Lettermen Row can ever do for you, don't be afraid to reach out. So
Thanks. It was good talking to you.
you too. That's Tate Martell. I'm Jeremy Birmingham. This has been Birminology on Lettermen Row. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll be back next week with someone else.